Even though there are other Lillymo games to check out, I purposely waited to usher in this studio into Platinum Hunters with this new game. It just made sense. Super Perils of Baking is a ground-up remake of the game studio's very first game called Perils of Baking, a 2D platformer released back in 2018. The game was great then, but this remake takes this game to a whole other plane with the revamped pixel art, mechanics, and of course new levels. Lillymo just consists of two people, Barry Johnson, who is a fellow Canadian, and Colin Moriarty, who also runs Last Stand Media, which, full disclosure, I am a patron supporter of. This ode to Super Mario World and the SNES era of platformers looks wonderful and embodies the genre where games are easy to pick up but difficult to master. The only other pixel art game we have covered on the show so far is Nexomon, so this is our first pixel art platformer which has really come back into the zeitgeist in the last 10 to 15 years. Now this game does something very interesting with its trophy sets that I haven't seen anybody else do. The PS4 version and the PS5 version have similar trophies, but not identical. For example, the PS5 trophy set asks you to beat the time goals for all 55 levels, while the PS4 version only requires 20. So effectively, these two trophy sets act like the easy completion and the harder full completion modes, which is really cool. I love seeing developers push the boundaries of what can be done with trophies, and since we still have the PS4 being widely supported, this is a very interesting way to treat its trophy set. This episode of the show is going to be for the PS4 version's trophy set because I'm crap at 2D platformers and need more time for the other one. Did I forget to mention that the trophy sets were designed by Brian English, aka PS Trophies, aka probably one of the most famous trophy hunters on the planet? Crazy, right? There are more games to cover like Herboxia 1 and 2, and I have my own tangential story to tell about Twin Breaker when the time comes. But right now it's time to chase after our corrupted brother and get to stomping on some delicious baddies. This is Platinum Hunters, the show where we take a look at everything it takes to get the Platinum Trophy and whether it's worth the effort to achieve it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one because you might just find your next Platinum Trophy. There is lots to do in this game to get the Platinum Trophy. It's only going to take you about 5 hours to go through all the levels once, but there are plenty of trophies here that will make you play them all multiple times over. This trophy run includes not one, but two playthroughs of the game, one on regular difficulty and one on New Game Plus mode. You also have to beat levels without getting hit and beat some time trial runs. Plus, there are secret levels to best and more than a baker's dozen of trophies to collect along the way. So suffice to say, this game is going to keep you busy, and I'm going to cover trophies in the order I think that you should get them in. As I mentioned earlier, this trophy guide is representative of the PS4 trophy set, which doesn't require 100% completion, making it much easier to complete. Instead of collecting all of the flawless medals, time goals, and bake letters, you only need a smaller slice of that pie. I slotted this plat into the moderate difficulty category, but if this were the PS5 version, the plat difficulty would be 2 or 3 tiers hotter than this. I'm trash at 2D platformers, but if I ever collect that Platinum Trophy, that trophy set will get its very own dedicated episode. And with that said, we are ready to crack some eggs and get baking, but if you need more assistance with this Platinum run, I got more helpful cookbooks in the description below to assist you. Time to start chasing brother through all the 50 main levels and complete them all. They were all great and very flavorful. I think I've used that pun before. Overcooked has demonic food too, right? But it absolutely applies here anyways. There is a great variety of levels here, including swimming, balloon riding, and minecart levels that don't make you whip a controller. After every 9 levels, the 10th one will be a castle level where you'll face off against brother in a boss fight. These 5 boss trophies on screen now will pop after you best brother in a food fight, in which the final trophy is awarded for beating him the final time and beating the game. These are sweet fights, and they really call back to SNES boss fights like the Koopa Kids and King Koopa himself. During the credits, don't put the controller down because you have a chance to get the dessert trophy if you collect 100 cookies inside of the credits. It's an interactive credit, so you have to hop around grabbing the cookies, and if you collect enough before the end of the credits, the trophy will be yours. While you're facing off against brother, you'll get the Close Encounter trophy if you beat him with just 1 hard point left. It's pretty easy to predict brother's movements, but it's still easy to make a mistake or misjudge something. So if you just clutch the fight, the game will reward you with this trophy. The next thing you'll want to do is complete the secret warp room levels 51 through to 55. On screen now are the trophies you'll be getting for beating these levels, and there is a trophy for each. The levels in the last run before the final boss were pretty challenging, but these 5 definitely take the cake. And remember, I'm bad at 2D platformers, so this took me some time to beat these levels. There are lots of enemies perfectly placed to slow you down, and lots of hazards to maneuver through. These levels are fully accessible to play whenever you want, so long as you find the corresponding warp portal to unlock it. And there's a trophy up for grabs for just finding all 5 of these warp portals called Warped. On screen now are the levels where you can find these warp portals, and they are usually tucked away in a secret spot on the level. I have a video in the description below that will show you where you can find these warp portals in each level, but these 5 secrets are part of a larger list of secrets that you can find in all of the game's levels. And on that note, we can segue into covering the collectible trophies, because after you've completed all 55 levels, that should be the next set of trophies you tackle. Now that you've cleared every level at least once, it's time to start looking for all the hidden secrets and other collectibles tucked away in sweet places. After you found your first warp pad or first secret area in general, you'll be awarded the "It's a Secret" trophy. These secrets are cool variations of cookie collecting minigames where if you don't fall to your death or mess up like I often did, you can cash in on some sweet ass cookie currency. Since there's one of these in every level, the Don't Tell Anyone trophy tasks you with finding all of them, adding up to 55 secrets. I mentioned before that I have a guide done by the man who helped make this trophy list in the first place. I think he's a very good source to help you find these. Just so I don't keep repeating myself over and over, this special Brian English patented guide will help you find all the secrets, warp portals, bake letters, and the hidden TVs that we're gonna cover right now. Just head into the description and check out that video. One particular secret found in the boss castles will allow you to pick from 2 different rooms. In this case, you want to pick the incorrect door, because for the Congratulations trophy, you need to pick the door that gives you exactly 1 cookie. Not the most ideal reward, but the trophy makes up for it. Next, we have to collect 4 letters in each level for the word of the day, bake. And for the Secret Treats trophy, you have to collect all 4 letters and spell bake for 20 different levels. These 4 letters are scattered inside the level either in plain sight or a little off the beaten path or in a pretty hidden spot. One excellent thing this game does, and pisses me off when other games don't do this, is that letters are found in order. So if you're looking for an E, you know to look at the end of the level and you won't find it before you find the other 3 letters. This is very helpful and makes it so you can find all the letters yourself if you want to challenge yourself. But for this trophy, you only have to search them out for 20 levels, which means you can pick and choose which levels you want to do. In the PS5 version's trophy set, that's not the case, as you need to assemble the word for all 55 levels. It's one of the reasons why I said that trophy set is much harder than this one. Here, you have a choice. But one of the levels you're working on should be a minecart level, so you can get the drive-through bakery trophy. In any of the minecart levels, zoom through and find the 4 letters to get a quick and easy trophy. There's one more letter collectible trophy that you can grab, and it's called A for Effort. Go into any level you like, and this time just grab the letter A and finish the level without collecting the B, K, and E. Another easy trophy to grab on your bountiful journey. Last collectibles to worry about are the 3 hidden TVs for the Previously on Lillymo trophy. Here are the levels on screen now where you can find them, and they are super neat because they are Easter eggs for Lillymo's other games. They are pretty well hidden inside of these 3 levels, but if you can't find them naturally, the PS Trophies guide is there for these and all the collectibles. Now let's cover a bunch of enemy related trophies and other miscellaneous stuff. The easiest trophy to get is aptly called Easy Bake, and you just have to open up an oven. There's one in the first level, and most levels have at least one inside of them, so indeed, very, very easy. The game has many monstrous but delicious enemies to either avoid or stomp on plumber style. Every time you defeat an enemy of a different variety, you will add them to your recipe list, and defeating 10 of them gets you the Martha Stewart trophy. You can check out how many you have inside of the pause menu, and every time you defeat a new enemy, a prompt will appear on screen telling you it's been added. The main trophy you need to cook up is called Julia Child, and it's for completing all the recipes inside of the recipe book by defeating all of the enemies. The majority of enemies you can just stomp on to kill them, but there are some other enemies that you'll have to kill in a different way. Some are indestructible, and the only way you can hurt them is by injuring them with something in the environment, like spike hazards, lava, or bottomless pits. Despite the potential for this to get out of hand, I got both of these recipe trophies pretty early in my playthrough, even before I fought the second boss, so it's a pretty easy trophy all things considered. Just make sure you take out all the enemies in one way or another. A lot of these enemies can be a pain in the ass, and there are some trophies to collect when you die to certain ones. There's the Toasted trophy for dying to a burning toast that pops up out of the toaster. I'm just trying to get my platform on, and this thing always gets in the way. You're guaranteed to get the Death from Above trophy with it if you haven't already. This trophy is for getting killed by an airborne enemy. There are lots of enemies that are going to stuff you as you try to leap over them, and it always sucks when they jump to your height and deny you like some sugary shack. You can also even get smushed by a few enemies, and the game will dishonorably give you the Flatbread trophy when you get squished into a pancake. In the swimming levels, an annoying enemy type is the Pufferfish. He'll hand the Puff Daddy trophy and your ass if you get too close to him and he spikes you. But we can use spikes to our advantage and get some revenge. Get the Deflated trophy by luring the Pufferfish into some spikes in the level. He'll stupidly run into them and pop goes the trophy. By far the worst, most annoying enemy are these purple burning marshmallows, and you cannot touch them. But that doesn't mean you can't take them out. You'll get the trophy, the Peppermint Slide, by hopping on one of the snail enemies and launching the candy shell into one of these marshmallows. Both the green and red ones will get the job done, but be careful it doesn't come back at you. If it hits the marshmallow, the trophy will be yours. When you've collected 3 hearts and gained the Chef's Hat power, you become immensely powerful, and it's a great incentive to hold on to the hat. There is even more incentive to gain a backup hat, and for the trophy, in case of emergency, you'll get it from using your backup chef hat. Once you bank one, you can hit the triangle button to use it and easily get the trophy. Be aware of where and when you pop the backup hat. because you might just accidentally get the Wasted Potential trophy. If you pop the hat and it falls into lava or into a hole, then you will dishonorably get this trophy. Now with the chef's hat fitting snug on your head, you can easily take out these damn Chad cookies and get yourself the Beware of Blue Visors trophy for using your melee attack on this annoying cretin. You'll have the melee attack when you are brandishing the chef's hat, and just press R1 to give Chad a whack. There are a few other enemies to exact some revenge on. There's the Hotshot trophy for throwing some whisks at the burning toast when it pops up, and you can toss some whisks at the burning marshmallows and get the Fiery Fall trophy when you push them off the platform into lava or a pit. Good that we can fight back because these enemies are super annoying. Here's a super satisfying trophy called Trick Shot. You'll find some marshmallows are riding on balloons, and effectively they can't really be killed. But you can use them to kill another enemy, because if you bounce a whisk on top of them and it smacks another enemy, boom, trophy. Okay, here's a couple of level trophies to cover before we get into the meat and potatoes of this platinum run. Another dishonorable award is the trophy, a bronze for babies, which is yours if you take 10 minutes or more trying to complete a level. And I wish I could say it's one you have to go out of your way to get, but honestly, some of the later levels clapped my noob cheeks, and I got it naturally. Some of these levels are pretty difficult. If you're a god at 2D platformers, then you will have to run the timer on purpose. Must be nice, but just slow your roll and let it hit the 10-minute mark before rushing to the end of the level. The other level trophy is called Gluten Free, and you get it if you complete a level without collecting any cookies. You can effectively do this on most levels, but the level I got it on was level 46. I have more info about that level later in the guide and I don't want to spoil it right away, but it's a swimming level with a shortcut. Avoid the cookies, but try not to jump into them, and when you make it to the end cookieless and sad, you'll be happy to get this trophy. We are getting very close to catching up to Brother and the Platinum Trophy, and we have a handful of trophies left to cover. But do me a favor, and hit that like button. I'm gonna put the YouTube algorithm in the oven, sprinkle it with all these likes, and make myself a kick-ass cake. Damn, I am hungry. So now that we got all the collectibles and the other trophies out of the way, we can now focus on the more challenging aspects of the Platinum Run. I recommend tackling the game's New Game Plus mode right after you complete the main campaign, so you can start saving up cookies for other stuff we'll cover in a second. Back for Seconds is the trophy you'll receive for recompleting all 50 levels in New Game Plus. You will notice some things are different right away, as you'll find that levels throw way more enemies at you, and certain paths will have more hazards than the previous iteration of it. They certainly made these levels tougher for sure, but now you can play it with 2 new characters who are much more powerful. Our next trophy is called BFFs, which you'll get for unlocking all playable characters. Our first new playable character is the man we've been chasing all this time. You can play as Brother by first beating him the last time and then purchasing him in the shop for 20,000 cookies. He is really great as he can throw his frying pan like in the boss fight and even double jump, which is very handy. The other playable character is the pilot, Sabrina, who comes from another Lillymo series, Habroxia. She is super fast, has a blaster, and while she only has one jump, that jump really vaults the character so you can jump much higher. To unlock her, you have to go into the shop while you're in New Game Plus mode and purchase her for 20,000 cookies. Just for your information, you can switch freely between your main campaign and New Game Plus campaign just by going in and out of the portal after level 50. There are 2 trophies up for grabs while you use Brother and Sabrina. First, get the Pong Trophy for using melee on your frying pan 5 times in a row. I'll explain. Just go up to a wall and stand a little bit of a distance from it. Then throw your frying pan and melee it when it ricochets off the wall and comes back to you. Keep the chain going until you get the trophy. The other trophy is called Sacred, and you just have to beat any boss while using Sabrina. With her blaster, this makes beating Brother very easy as you can snipe him from across the screen when he is vulnerable to attacks. I want to talk about two particular trophies together, and one involves beating the levels without getting hit, and the other involves beating levels faster than the posted time. Alright, this is it. Let's go. Let's start with the Flawless Trophy for acquiring 20 Flawless medals. Pretty straightforward. You need to beat 20 levels where you don't take damage throughout the whole level. However, it's not all that straightforward as it's much easier said than done. For a lot of the later levels, the challenge meter ramps up quite a bit with more enemies, more complex platforming, and many jumps that demand more precision. The Time Trials trophy is called Fast Food, and you need to beat 20 levels faster than the posted time goals. Again, as the levels get more complex and dangerous, this makes it harder to keep your momentum going without stopping to take care of enemies, and this will make you take longer to complete the level. Now, the good thing about the PS4 trophy set is that for both of these trophies, you need only 20 of the 55 total. So this gives you the opportunity to pick and choose levels that you think you can clear. If this was the PS5 version's trophy set, you would have to do all 55 levels from both the Flawless runs and Time Trials, which is much harder to do. But thankfully, here you only need about a third of the total, and this will be very advantageous to your success. I recommend either using Brother or Sabrina, as their projectiles and jump quirks are much better suited for these runs. I personally use Sabrina for everything, and her blaster is so good that I could pop a few leading shots, run behind the bullets, and watch as they clear out enemies that are looking to ruin my run. Of course, the levels in Worlds 1 and 2 are a great place to start, as they tend to be easier to clear without getting hit. But that doesn't mean the time goals are generous, as even those earlier levels have some tough times to clear. My recommendation for getting easy medals and clears is to do the minecart levels, the balloon levels, and the swimming levels. The minecart levels are especially good for getting the time goals. These runs are short, so dying to a rogue enemy or plunging into lava is not a huge deal. You just need to be able to manage your speed to slow down when you need it and practice your short jumps and long jumps. I think these level types are more advantageous for time goals rather than flawless medals, but I definitely beat a bunch of these minecart levels to increase my total counts. The balloon levels are also clutch for these trophies. When you're riding with Larry the Balloon, yes, the balloon has a name, it's Larry, you can use your projectile attacks no matter if you have the chef's hat or not. That means for the flawless medals, you can take your time taking out threats in front of you so you can assure yourself safe passage through these corridors. Maybe these levels are less ideal for the time goals, but I still did them and found their posted times easier to beat than the regular platforming levels. Then there are the swimming levels. If you have the chef's hat, you can easily take out threats that come at you instead of having to swim around them. For the flawless medal, get the chef's hat and use projectiles to clear everything in front of you aside from the indestructible enemies. Take your time and make sure you don't get hit. A perfect swimming level to get a free flawless medal and time goal is level 46. You can also get the shortcut trophy in the process if you beat the level in 20 seconds. Just go up this corridor right here, trigger this enemy here, and then go through this wall here, and wham! You are now transported to the end of the level. Don't get hit and hurry the heck up, and you'll get a flawless medal and beat a time goal at the same time, and as well get a trophy. In pursuit of your chrono conquest, make sure you do one of the time trials with Brother so you can get the Oh Brother trophy. You can even do one you've already done if you like, but make sure you beat one of the time goals using Brother. Use all of my tips to help you find the path of least resistance when collecting 20 time goals and 20 flawless medals. This is the hardest part of the whole platinum run, but thankfully you don't have to collect all of them, and you can pick and choose the ones you are comfortable with. Again, the PS5 trophy set is a different story, but here, 20 of each is good enough for these trophies. I've purposely left this final trophy in the platinum run for last, and it's called Buns in the Oven. When you complete New Game Plus mode, and after you roll the credits again, a portal will appear titled with a bunch of question marks. This place is the under construction area, and upon entering it you will get the trophy. This place has a bunch of TVs that have pictures on them, and I can only assume that these are either for more extra levels still to come, or they are hints at future projects. I saw that in the PS5 trophy set, there is an add-on trophy set for an extra 4th hidden TV that's found there. That trophy set has not been added to the PS4 version at this time of recording, but I certainly think this room is more important than it's leading on. Time will tell, or maybe we will find out when we cover the PS5 trophy set. But now that you have visited this room and got the trophy, that's it for the platinum run. If you haven't had enough of the game yet, go for broke and get that PS5 plat. It won't be easy though. And if you had your fill at the all-you-can-eat buffet, that's all for now. So if you have melee slapped some sense into brother twice, beaten a bunch of time goals, flawlessly beat a bunch of levels, stomped on a bunch of food that has come to life, and collected all the trophies, congratulations! You will be awarded the Twice Baked Platinum Trophy for the PS4 version of Super Perils of Baking. So far, there are no new trophy sets or DLC for this version of the game as of recording this video, but I already mentioned how the PS5 version got one new trophy set with one new trophy dedicated to that 4th TV. Maybe that will end up touching down here on this version, but as of the recording of this video, it hasn't been updated yet. If I know Colin, he loves his trophies, and there will be more to collect. Check in the description below for updates, and if there are any new DLC trophies for this version, I'll cover them with their own separate Platinum Hunters New Game Plus video. Overall, speaking for myself, I had a very good time with this 2D platformer, which is out of my wheelhouse. So if you are a connoisseur of 2D platformers, this game and Trophy Run is the chef's kiss for you. Heck, if you are a regular player of the genre, maybe you want to upgrade to the more difficult PS5 trophy set to give you a challenge. This PS4 trophy run was perfect for noobs like me, and it's a taste of what I'll eventually go through to collect the platinum again for the other version. If you have an aversion to stuff like time trials, this version is more up your alley as you need less than half of them to get the plat. If you absolutely hate them, I think you might want to reconsider for this easier trophy set, but totally understand if you want to skip out on the plat. But my end message to this whole experience is to go and support this game and indie studio Lillymo. They make great retro games, and this won't be the last one you see on the channel. A lot of people won't even know this game has dropped because of the sheer saturation of the PSN store, especially with 50 breakthrough games coming out this year, and games with jumping burgers, tacos, hot dogs, calzones, bananas, sushis, filet mignons, and whatever else they plan to be jumping. Fuck, I'm hungry. Okay, I gotta end this video. Buy Super Perils of Baking. Do it now. Okay, I'm gonna go eat some demonic cookies and milk. Bye! That's it for this video, and before I do go eat those cookies and milk, I just want to say thank you for watching, and of course, definitely check out this game. It's very fun. Definitely check it out, and as well, definitely check out more trophy guides that I've created already on the channel. This is 54, I believe? Yeah, 54. That's a lot. Yeah, so 54 plus other games on the channel for you to check out. And of course, subscribe for more new videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope all your trophy hunting expeditions go incredibly well. And peace out.